But first off, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Miriam. I'm the co-founder and CMO of Hometalk. Karianne and I actually go way back about 10 years ago. We first met at Haven, and that's where the story of Hometalk and Karianne first began. So it's really cool to be on here today with you, Karianne. Now, our intention for this webinar is to introduce you all to Upstyle, which is Hometalk's new DIY fashion and style community. So I'll be covering the background and story behind Upstyle, how to qualify for a second traffic feature each month, starting this month, January, and how you can begin participating immediately, even if you've never posted fashion content. So we'll also hear from the fabulous Karianne, who needs no introduction. So Karianne.
I am super excited to be here. When it gets to my portion of the webinar, I am going to be showing you kind of my experience with Upstyle. You guys know I have talked about Upstyle before. I am all in on it. I think it's an amazing way. And it is one of the few places on the Hometalk platform. It's one of the family of Hometalk that you can post affiliate links. So we are going to go through all hyperlinks. We are going to go through today a little bit of reward style and how you use it and how you use it in conjunction with Upstyle. So very exciting.
So let's dive right in. I'm going to start with, how did Upstyle begin? So where did this even come from? Well, the story of Upstyle starts way back in 2011 with a site that you all know really well. At Hometalk, back then when we first started, our vision was to create a platform where people could share ideas and help each other create beautiful homes. And so fast forward 10 years later, Hometalk today has 169,000 project tutorials and 22 million members. And this is such a wonderful opportunity for me to just take a pause and say how much of an honor it is to be talking to you, the creators, the influencers, the people who are out there inspiring millions of people all over America and the world, really. And like when I look at this picture of making a white cake stand and an Anthropologie dupe ladder, sometimes I think to myself, how many Anthropologie dupe ladders are there out there thanks to this one person who posted? And there are a lot. So on a daily basis, you might not realize the impact you're having, but you really are having such a strong uplifting impact. And thank you so much for your partnership and just being with us doing this together. So going back to Upstyle, at the beginning of 2020, we started thinking about what other ways can we serve the Hometalk audience. Like, we had this huge community. We know they love DIY home and garden projects. What other interests do they have? And how can we serve them in those other areas as well? So we tested out a bunch of different concepts. We tested pets, a pets website. We tested well-being, which is a personal passion of mine. Fortunately, for different reasons, that one didn't work. But what did work was food and fashion. And that's how we got to Food Talk and Upstyle. So a lot of you may be familiar with Food Talk. That is one of the sites we launched in the past year, and Upstyle is the second one. So as you might know, Food Talk is all about adding recipes to your dinner rotation, and Upstyle is ideas and tutorials to create looks that you love. So our mission at Upstyle is to empower people to create looks that they love to wear. And so we're going to take a closer look at what that means. What types of content do we feature on Upstyle? So keeping in mind the mission of empowering people to create looks they love to wear, here are the two main content types that you'll see on Upstyle. So the first one is DIY clothing. So these are things like sewing, refashioning, alterations, and DIY, like let's say adding, sequins to boots or whatever. Don't come to me for those ideas, clearly not. And fashion and style, which is more like outfit ideas, style trends, solutions to common fashion problems, steals and deals, getting looks for less type of thing. And what's interesting here is, unlike DIY clothing, which are tutorials, fashion and style are more like regular articles. So you'll see, top 5 ways to get this look, or 5 things to add to your wardrobe today. So they aren't project tutorials per se, but more, like a regular article. So here are some more in-depth examples of the DIY and refashion type posts. So they're tutorials to customize, personalize, and transform clothing and jewelry. Like you can see here from Nikki Davidson, what she did here with a hat, or Johnny's Saved by Love Creations, her jewelry, this denim patch skirt, here, sequins she did. Oh, these are actually really cool, these jean sequins that she did. So really amazing creative ideas to upstyle clothing and refashion them. And then there's also sewing and alteration. So there's a huge sewing community out there, and some of you as well may sew your own clothes or alter your own clothes or even refashion, doing kind of sewing types of refashions. And this is a place where you can post those tutorials. So you can see Jess Dang, who's a really popular YouTuber. Her post is about refashioning an old shirt into a ruffle hem skirt. Here's how to make a beanie, pants alterations, making a quilt coat from fabric remnants. So such a broad variety of amazingly creative ideas for making your clothing from scratch or refashioning your clothing through sewing. And then we have fashion and style. So these are the outfit ideas, style trends, looks for less, wardrobe essentials. And here are some different examples of different ways people do that. And if you go to the Upstyle feed and you want more ideas, you just browse through the feed and you can see a plethora of different outfit idea type posts as well. So this is a snapshot of the main categories that we cover on Upstyle. And the way that I like to think about this is, say you're shopping online for clothing and you go to, let's say, Banana Republic's website and you're looking for something specific. So you know intuitively that you go to the search bar and you browse by category. Different websites have their categories laid out a different way, but you're looking by clothing item. So if you think about Upstyle, it's essentially the same thing, except instead of just looking for things that you can buy, you also have available ideas and tutorials that you can DIY. So if you're in the casual, you're looking at casual wear and you're looking at dresses, so you're seeing dresses that you can make or dresses that you can refashion or decorate or style. So it's a really, really fun twist on fashion and something that's not really being done at this level anywhere else. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what differentiates Upstyle from other fashion and commerce sites out there. And commerce is something that Karianne is going to be talking about, because we do want people to be able to purchase through Upstyle. They see, a top they love or those earrings, if somebody wants to buy them, then you are, we do encourage those affiliate links, and Karianne will talk more about that. But in terms of our content values, the first one is relatable. Just like Hometalk, Upstyle is a community of real people, real clothing, real styles, and we all want, budget friendly, doable, nothing too complicated. So that really is one of the attributes of the content that you see. It's very relatable. The second one is innovative. So the creativity, ideas, solutions, when it comes to those jeans that are too big or the pants that you want to hem or whatever it is, other people have had those problems and come up with clever solutions you might not have thought of. So Upstyle is really full of that type of thing. And as creators and contributors, definitely, the things that you're doing around DIY fashion, or even if you haven't posted fashion or style before, you might be surprised if you think about it, like, oh, wow, I do have a really awesome sense of style. And there are other people like me who, would be interested in seeing what I'm wearing and how I think about my wardrobe. So it really opens up a whole new arena for content. And then the third one is empowering. Just like on Hometalk, it's supportive, informative, and accessible. I like to think about Upstyle, kind of the persona of Upstyle, as your fashionable best friend or older sister who, is helping you look your best and thinks that you are gorgeous and awesome and wants to help you bring that out. So that's kind of like the voice and the tone of what you see on Upstyle. Okay, so moving on to posting guidelines. And I should pause and say that please do ask your questions in the process. We're going to be doing Q&A at the end. Rachel, our Upstyle community manager, is keeping track of your questions. She'll make sure you get them all to Karianne and I so that we see all of them. And so please do ask as we go, and we'll make sure to address those at the end. So the posting guidelines on Upstyle are very similar to pretty much the same as the Hometalk posting guidelines. First of all, stay within the realm of DIY fashion. It's very easy to get confused and be like, oh, sewing, I make curtains, let me post my curtains. That would be a Hometalk post, not a DIY fashion Upstyle post. And then also women's fashion only right now. So if you've made really cute things for your pets, I would love to see them, but unfortunately we do not have a category on Upstyle for that. Same goes for kids' clothes, not right now, perhaps in the future, but stick to women only. Post a step-by-step DIY tutorial or a fashion post. So when I say fashion post, I'm just referring to like the article type of post where it's not necessarily a tutorial with steps, but it's just like, 5 ways to get this look or something similar. One important thing is if you are doing that, no stock images. So make it pictures of yourself or your friends, or, lay out your clothing somewhere and snap pictures of them, but preferably with you in it so that it's relatable, and no stock images. For tutorials, similar to Hometalk, include step-by-step process photos, show the steps of the project. The idea is that people can understand what you did and be able to replicate it. Minimum word count and images, 180 words and 4 photos, just like on Hometalk. For when you're doing a tutorial, make sure to include a before photo and of course that beautifully styled after photo, which is so important everywhere, but especially in fashion, because that's where people are inspired. They want to look as good as you. So that's where you really get us. Include a full description of what you accomplished in your post, and include enough instructions so that the reader can understand what you did and generally replicate your project or look. Okay. So those are the posting guidelines. And then in terms of getting started on Upstyle, you might be wondering, okay, where do I sign up? So if you have a Hometalk profile, it is actually exactly the same. You go to upstyle.com and you log in with your Hometalk profile. Your profile there won't be any posts on your profile page because it's a separate website, but the login is the same and everything looks exactly the same. So you don't have to learn anything new. It's literally like Hometalk, but just DIY fashion. Posting is the same, your blogger dashboard is the same, which brings me to the next point of how do you earn your second traffic feature? So super simple, just like on Hometalk, you post 3 projects or style posts, fashion posts on upstyle.com. Your post gets a quality score. So the quality score is just like on Hometalk, you want to make sure to follow those posting requirements. And then it's marked quality score 2, which means eligible for a feature. If it's not, we will be in touch with you, let you know, make sure that you can get that fixed so it qualifies. You add your blog links to your blogger dashboard, and your feature is scheduled. And that's it. You're scheduled then in the Upstyle email, and you are good to go. So one thing I will mention is that if you are on Upstyle for your blog links, make sure that they are fashion, DIY fashion links, and not home and garden posts, because they're going to go into the Upstyle email, not the Hometalk email for a feature. And if you are someone who's beginning and you don't have that many, you can definitely make, if you're posting these on your blog and posting them on Upstyle, you can make one of your Upstyle posts the same as your blog link post that's going to be featured in the email. If you're, starting out and you have, you're budgeting, all I can do this month is 3 posts, don't worry about that. You can use the same one. Okay. Okay. So from here, and again, any questions, leave them for me. We'll address those. Let's talk quickly about some best practices for creating content for Upstyle. So the first one is upload existing content. 50% of you already have these posts. So by the end of the day, you could qualify for a second traffic feature. And again, when I say second traffic feature, this is assuming you qualify for 3 on Hometalk. So this would be in the month of January, you upload 3 new posts on Upstyle that are DIY fashion. And if you typically get a few thousand clicks from Hometalk a month and you upload your next 3, then you're looking at a few thousand more clicks from Upstyle in that same month. So that's a really exciting prospect traffic-wise. Create new content. So again, if you haven't already created DIY content, one of the ways I like to think about my priorities for the month is looking at where am I going to get ROI? Where am I going to get return on investment? And if you typically post 10 tutorials a month, I'm just throwing that number out there. So how much traffic are you getting for those tutorials? And would it make sense for you to say, okay, well, if I know 100% I am going to get a few thousand clicks for 3 of these tutorials, would it make sense for me to make those DIY fashion posts? So just, a way of thinking of it that might be helpful. But creating new content, again, also want to remind you here, it doesn't have to be a tutorial. It can be a style post. You might be experimenting with that for the first time. So definitely, try some new things out, see what works for you and your blog and your audience to help drive this extra traffic. Okay, mix and match. You can do both. It can be DIY tutorials and style, as Karianne will show you that she's done on Upstyle, and affiliate links, which Karianne is now going to talk a little bit more about. So Karianne, I will hand it over to you.
Okay, love it. All right, so y'all, I am super excited to talk to you from the perspective of a blogger. So I want to go ahead because I am all about, first of all, I'm all in on Hometalk, and I'm all in on Food Talk, and now I'm all in on Upstyle because they are all doing the most amazing thing, the thing that we all look for, the thing we all long for, which is traffic to our blog, which then translates into ad revenue. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want to show y'all my Upstyle Pro Upstyle. So here are the tutorials. So just like Miriam said, there are a couple things. So here's a tutorial I've done, how to stamp a silver necklace. Here is how to style a sweater 5 ways. And then also here is another DIY that I did, a heart necklace. Now because the question that I get a lot of times is, well, how does that translate to traffic? So I want to talk through what Miriam just showed us. Hold on, it's like it's not letting me. Let me hold on one sec. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so let me come over here to my dashboard. Now this is my dashboard on Upstyle. If you were to go to Hometalk, this number right here is in the high 60s, as in 60,000 visits that Hometalk has sent over the last 10 months to my blog. So I have not had in full transparency, I have not had a feature yet, but once I get a feature, this number is usually Hometalk usually sends me anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 visits to my blog. I mean, there's no guarantees. It depends on if the post that you're sharing really resonates with the Hometalk audience. There's an entire webinar that talks through how to maximize that Hometalk feature. I highly suggest y'all watch it. It is gold. I have gotten, using all the tips that I share, I've gotten as high as 12,000 visits from a Hometalk feature before, but that's not an average. That was really working and making sure that my post was maximized. But there's a whole webinar on that we can link to for you. But I want to go down here and show you. So here are my 3, just like Miriam said, here are my 3. I have one more that hasn't been approved yet. But see, as long as you have a quality of score of 2 and your post is approved like this, so I'll have one more, then the very next step is Hometalk will send you an email saying that you have been approved. Okay, so then you come down here at the bottom. This is where everybody gets confused. You want to add links to be featured. So these are your posts that you're doing on Upstyle, and these are the things that I want to be featured. Okay, so I thought we could take a shopping bag, make it in. This one was a little bit of a stretch. This is a stamped spoon bracelet, and this one right here was handles I thought might be fun for a belt, different type of thing. You could use this in a variety of ways with fashion. But all of these, so Hometalk then looks through all of these, and then they will tell you which one they think is going to resonate with the audience the most, and then this is what gets featured, whichever one, which I'm sure they're going to probably select this silver spoon bracelet, and this will get featured in the Upstyle email. It is amazing. I cannot stress to you guys enough how awesome that traffic feature is. I mean, in my group, I say, buckle up, Buttercup, because Hometalk is sending the traffic your way. Now, as a blogger, I want to talk to you. One of the best ways that I feel like we can use these features. So y'all, just let's review. If you do Hometalk, you're getting a feature from Hometalk. If you do Food Talk, you're getting a feature from Food Talk. And now, if you do Upstyle, you are getting the third feature. This is crazy. It's like insane that you could get all of these. Now, probably everyone is not going to do it every month, but the potential that is there from Hometalk, I cannot celebrate them enough and tell them how much we adore them for sending us all of this traffic. It is really good if you are getting close to being picked up by an ad network. If your page views, you're like, I just need a couple thousand more page views and I'll be in whichever ad network you are trying to get in. This is truly the answer. Getting featured in their newsletter is a great way to bump yourself up into signing up for that ad network. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to show you was walking through reward style. So this is my reward style over here. Now, oh, let me back up just a second. I want to show y'all something. Let's just say, for example, that we were going to, I'm trying to think of a popular, let's say, now I love Walmart fashion, so I'm just going to use them. So I'm over here on Walmart and I think, oh, I want to find cute sweaters. I'm wearing a cute sweater. I come over here, I search sweaters for women. And then I think, oh my God, I actually have, shockingly, y'all, I have this exact sweater right here. Sure, you can scroll down. I have a few. Oh wait, I have this sweater too. Okay, don't have any of the rest of this. All right, but this one is super cute on. I'm not kidding you. That mock turtleneck, it lays. It's amazing. Okay, so if you wanted to add this is the big question. People are like, well, how if I want to do reward style and add this? What do I do? You come over here when you're on the actual items page. You click this thing that is up here. It's called Link Ninja. It's up here in the toolbar at the top of the page. You simply click on Link Ninja like this, and then a little box will pop up right over here. And on the box, we have, there's a couple of things that you can do. So number one, you can click this heart, and I can add it to my folders over here. So I have a fashion folder. So I'm going to add it. You click fashion. And then I just simply click this checkbox right here. It immediately adds it. If you want to switch out the item picture, like let's say you don't really like this sweater and you want a different sweater, then you would click and say, oh, I like this one where she is full with, that shows more of an outfit. So you can change the picture that shows up on the widget on your blog. Also the widget that shows up when you're, because we're going to get a hyperlink. So this hyperlink right here, you're going to click on this. And then now this is the hyperlink that you are going to use that you are going to make your affiliate commission from. One last thing, if you don't have a folder, so let's say I didn't have, which I don't, let's say I don't have a sweater folder, you can come over here and just type sweater. It says no results found. I just click this and I've immediately created a sweater folder. And if you scroll down, which I have a lot of folders, if you scroll down, you'll see that there is now a sweater folder down here, and it is clicked that you have added. So you can add this sweater to more than one particular folder on your blog. Okay, so now we have this affiliate link like this. Now what we're going to do is we would come over here. Let's say that this post, you go back to your Upstyle. There we go. How to style a sweater 5 ways. And I would come down here. I would edit this post. You can click edit your post right here. And then all I do to add the affiliate link over here on the back end of the blog, I'm sorry, not blog, back end of Upstyle. So I would come over here is like this amazingly inexpensive sweater. I'm not going to do this because that's not the sweater, but this is how you do it. You would highlight this, then add your hyperlink here. And then all I would do is type in that and save. Now, I don't want to save it because that is not the sweater and I don't want to edit this post. But if that was the sweater, this is how you add an affiliate link. And what's amazing about Upstyle, unlike Hometalk, where you cannot add your own affiliate links, on Upstyle, you can add your affiliate link. That's a major, huge difference, something that I, as somebody who's all about affiliates, is all about. So I think this is an amazing opportunity for all of us as bloggers. I think it's one of, It's an exciting new way to get traffic to your blog. It's an exciting new way to add affiliate links and make money directly. And it's also a great way to just share with your readers and gain new followers and kind of explore some new opportunities for posts on your blog. So that's everything I had, Miriam.
Thank you, Carianne. And while you were going through that, I was also looking through the different questions. We have some really great questions. So I'm just going to go through the list. But Carol asked, can you talk to whether Upstyle or Hometalk is the better option for DIY jewelry? And absolutely, Upstyle is all about DIY jewelry. Definitely not Hometalk. Hometalk is home and garden, and it's funny because we've had people post jewelry on Hometalk before because it gets confusing. It's like DIY, why not? And we've never had a category for it. So now it's wonderful to be able to say, oh, but come on over to Upstyle and post it there. So definitely we have DIY jewelry on Upstyle.
Now, can I just speak to that for 1 second?
Please.
The one thing I have noticed about the Upstyle audience, because all of these different platforms that Hometalk has, the audience is different on every one. And I noticed the Upstyle audience, they are so invested. They want to learn. They want to learn all the details. Like if you're into fashion, and fashion is like what makes your heart beat faster, you're going to be on Upstyle and you are like all in. Like the amount of comments that I get when I put something over there, like on that sweater post, I got so much encouragement. I kind of shared a little bit about my weight loss journey, and people were like, oh my gosh, like comments like I've never gotten before. And so I just love the Upstyle audience. I think so I definitely agree with you, Miriam. I think if I had a tutorial on jewelry, it's going to do way better on Upstyle because your audience is like, it's a target arrow at the heart of that project.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said. And so also on the topic of categories, Sarah asked, can we post knit crochet tutorials that are fashion related? Yes, please. Absolutely. And Kippy, yes, knitting a hat would be included in that, and DIY earrings. Makeup wouldn't. And that's also a very good, thank you for asking that, because while you might think, oh, style, makeup, yeah, no, it's only clothing and accessories related. So no makeup, no hair products, none of that beauty stuff.
Now, one thing I think people overlook a lot of times is bags, like bags, because as bloggers, I mean, we're always sharing about bags and how to make bags. And I think that's something that a lot of people, they think like clothing or jewelry. And I'm like, I think there's a lot of opportunity for just, how to make a tote or something like that.
Yep, handbags and totes are big on Upstyle, absolutely. Jody asked, do you have to post on Upstyle and Hometalk, or can I just post on Upstyle? You could just post on Upstyle. That's actually a really great question, and I wouldn't have thought to address that. You can definitely, and there was someone else that asked, Marcia wanted to know if she could have a different profile bio on the Upstyle side. And so if let's just say, like in Marcia's case, where it sounds like you have your bio specifies your involvement in home improvement renovations, and those are the projects that you share, but your Upstyle bio would make more sense if you focus on sewing and embroidery experiences. That is something so important and interesting that I actually don't know if you can have different bios on each side. Let me check on that. I'm making a note and we will get back to you. But if you can, something that you, first of all, it's probably something that we can implement and make possible. And another thing to consider is if you did want to have separate profiles and different logins on different ones, you could do that as well. But I will circle back and let you know the answer to whether you can change the bio on each side.
No, I do. Let me speak to that for just a second. When I was over there, I was actually trying to update my bio and say, oh, I'm into upcycle fashion and that kind of thing too. And it did say to me, please be aware, if you update this bio, it will update across all platforms.
Okay.
So because your sign in, just in case I'm sure Miriam addressed this already, but your sign in for Hometalk and Food Talk is the same for Upstyle. It's all the same sign in.
Yeah, but I'm really glad that this came up because it sounds like there's a use case, a pretty strong use case for having different bios on different platforms. So I'm pretty sure that's an easy fix on our end, and we will let you know. Okay, what else? Kim, you have 2 quality score posts on Upstyle and 3 links that say pending review. How long does it typically take? And how many views are features seeing right now? Great question. So we actually just rolled out the automated blogger traffic system. So people that are in the queue have not had features yet through Upstyle. We're starting those next week. So you should see yours coming within the next week or so. If you could please, it would be so helpful if you'd shoot me a quick email at miriam@hometalk.com. And Rachel, if you don't mind just typing my email address in, if you've been waiting for a feature and haven't gotten one, I want to make sure that there aren't any glitches in the system and that everyone is accounted for who is pending a feature. And as far as how long it usually takes to get featured, it really depends on what's in the queue. It can be anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks. But on Upstyle, I would expect a pretty quick turnaround. Okay. And then as far as the traffic to expect, so the Upstyle email is, you might see it not quite as strong as Hometalk in the first few months, and don't be discouraged by that. It'll definitely be a minimum of 2,000 clicks. But as far as, sometimes I know on Hometalk, it goes way above that. So just, I want to expectation wise, so like within the first few weeks and maybe even month or two, it's not going to be at that level because Upstyle is a newer platform, but gaining momentum and speed very quickly, and within a relatively short amount of time, we're expecting to see the same levels as Hometalk traffic features, and you might see it sooner. I would love to get emails from you guys saying, oh my gosh, this is even better than Hometalk. So yeah, okay. Let's see, Sarah, is there an Instagram program for Upstyle instead of the traffic program for like on Food Talk? Yes, there is. Hometalk and Food Talk and now Upstyle have what we call the Instagram program, where if instead of the blogger traffic program where you earn traffic, we have an incentive of $50 a month in exchange for 3 posts plus a feature on Instagram. If that's something that appeals to you more, you can absolutely sign up for that instead. And if you are in that camp, please email me. That is by just application via email to me. Or
now, one thing to point out, because I get this question all the time, it's either or, right? You can't do both.
You cannot do both, correct. But you could do one on Hometalk and a different one on Upstyle. So yeah, that is definitely an option. Diane, what about posts for organizing, caring for clothing and accessories? Yes, caring for clothing applies. Organizing would be a Hometalk post. So that is a really great question, and it does get confusing. The good news is if you do mistakenly post organizing clothing on Upstyle, we can help you switch it over to Hometalk and you haven't lost that content. But yeah, clothing, caring for clothing, Upstyle, organizing your clothing on Hometalk.
Well, and Miriam, I just want to speak to one thing very quickly. I think you said something earlier that I kind of want to piggyback off of that I loved, is knowing that this is an option now when you are planning your content, especially like, let's say you are planning an organizing post. Sometimes maybe showing something, either a DIY or planning something in your editorial calendar where you have some sort of DIY that you could do on Upstyle that then you could even link to in your organizing post. I think that it's just good to be aware that this is an option, so you make sure you are creating content that you could get another feature over here.
Yeah. Okay. Kippy's asking, how do you get a bonus feature? I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Is that something that we do with contests on Hometalk, perhaps? I know that Kara occasionally does bonus features if we're running a contest on Hometalk. And for those, you would look out for in the Hometalk email that Kara sends out once a week when those opportunities are available. You would see those there. Beyond that, if you're referring to something that I haven't addressed and I'm not aware of, let me know. And yeah, and then we'll get that answered for you. Okay, I'm looking through the comments as well as the questions to see if, okay, someone asked, do you need to be an affiliate before you can link the items, say with Walmart? Yes. I actually wanted to mention, Karianne, you talked about reward style, but there are other affiliate programs that people might be a part of, like Amazon. I saw somebody asked about Shop Style. So anything that you are a member of, then you can definitely, as long as you have an affiliate link, you can use that. With reward style and with all of these programs, you have to be a member. You have to register and sign up, and then you get an affiliate code, right? Can you speak to that?
That is correct. That is correct. So there's a myriad of different, there's shop style. Miriam said eBay has a great program. There's just so many. Amazon, she just mentioned, Walmart, Target. They all have their own individual programs too, in addition to reward style. But you would have to apply individually to any of those. And once you get accepted, then they will walk you through. The process I walked you through was through reward style because that's the one that I use. And also, too, I will offer this here as a value add for this webinar. If you are having any trouble getting into reward style, because a lot of times people apply and they're like, Carianne, I applied and I couldn't get in, just private message me and I will put my referral towards you. And that is a way that people get into reward style all the time. Just say, Carianne, can you help me out? And I go over there and there's a thing on reward style called Refer a Creator. And I would use the power of my affiliate over there and put my name behind you and say, hey, listen, this is amazing. Like, she's an amazing person. Let me recommend her. Just private message me or email me at thistlewoodfarms@yahoo.com and I will do it right away. I'll put my email right here.
Cool. And Marsha asked about Link Ninja. What is Link Ninja? This is from earlier.
Link Ninja is just part of reward style. It's the way that you use any affiliate program is going to have some sort of tool that you will get the affiliate links with. And for reward style, Link Ninja is the tool that you use to get your affiliate links, because your challenge is you have to get the link so you can put it in your blog, so you can put it in Upstyle, so you can put it on your social. You have to be able to get the link. And so each individual affiliate program is going to have their own way to do that.
Great. And then Chaz was asking, on your Upstyle post, there are images of widgets from reward style. So just to address that really quickly, Chaz, that was a test that we were running. That feature is not available widely on Upstyle right now, but if it does roll out, we will announce it. So it'll be when you use your affiliate links, for those of you that are familiar with reward style, it's a text link. It won't be images, just the text. So you're uploading the images and in your descriptions, you hyperlink. Okay.
And one quick thing, I do find a lot of times, like when you are linking something like that and you're trying to send them there, the way that affiliates work is you send the person to the website, there's a cookie that's installed. Now, in the old days, cookies like lasted forever and ever, but now there's so many people with different affiliate links that your chances of a cookie lasting that long are not that great. However, if you send someone, so your goal is really to get them to click that link. So if you say like this sweater, and then you hyperlink it, the hyperlinks are absolutely amazing. Now, if they link to that, let's say that I link that Walmart sweater, they go to Walmart, they click on the sweater link, but they're over there and they're like, wait, I need some pants and I need this and I need this and I need this. And they buy all that, you get those affiliate commissions as well.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So to just wrap up here, and if anyone has any last minute questions or anything we haven't addressed, please post those now. As far as next steps, go to upstyle.com, log in using your Hometalk login, upload your 3 posts, add your blog links to your dashboard, and then wait for your feature. And that is literally it. Also, please feel free to contact us anytime. If you haven't, if you had a question that wasn't addressed here or something comes up as you're doing this, my email is here. Rachel, who's our Upstyle community manager, who's been with you in the comments, her email's here. Carianne posted her email in the chat. So obviously she's made herself available for questions.
Oh, 100%.
Thank you so much for that, Carianne.
Well, and let me just close with this, but I will say I am always available, for Upstyle, for anything. I mean, we, on behalf of Hometalk here, we want you guys to be successful. I think that that's what's amazing about Hometalk right now is they are really speaking our language. They understand what we as bloggers are looking for, and they are delivering it over and over and over. And I just celebrate you guys for that, Miriam. I think that's incredible and amazing. And I know all the behind the scenes work that it takes to get a program like this off the ground. And you guys are really, really coming through for us as bloggers. And so we just appreciate you. But you guys, I'm available. Any questions, any way I can ever help, I'm literally an email away.
Thank you so much, Karianne, and thank you for your kind words. Really appreciate that. We are going to send out an email with a link to this webinar if you want to watch again. There's a good question here from Cindy about categories on Upstyle, and the categories that I mentioned, you're not seeing them there. Those will be rolling out over the next few weeks. So in my email, I'm going to include a cute little graphic that shows you all the categories, so you have that as a frame of reference if you want for ideation or just to refresh your memory. And so look out for that coming your way today. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. It was such an honor. Thank you for spending your valuable time here. And I am so excited to see your posts on Upstyle. Have a great weekend, a great day, and talk soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.